Hi there, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Tailwind. In my previous this is a continuation for my series on how to create a dashboard using Tailwind CSS in Angular. In my previous video, this is where we stop. I showed you how to do this just at what you're saying, but at the end of this video, we'll be building something similar to what we're looking at down with which we have a drop down menu, as well as I'll be showing you how to optimize your code, as well a lot of optimization to your code. So stay tuned to the end of the video. Now, before we go further, just in case this is your first time landing on my YouTube channel, please take a moment to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm trying to build my subscribers to 1,000. Raising my subscribers to 1,000 will help encourage me to produce more videos in the future, and with your subscription it will go a very long way. So I'll be very glad if you take a moment to subscribe. And just in case you have a project you are working on and you need a code developer that will help work on your project, you can hit me up on my LinkedIn profile. I'll be dropping a link to my LinkedIn profile in the description section below this video. So now let's get back to our video. So the first we'll be doing here is I'll be doing some optimization to this code. What I'll be doing, it will be a bad practice to be creating more lists when creating multiple menu to your front end this way. So what I'll do is I've already created an array of menus. The array has the icon, title, and submenu. Submenu is a boolean which check if it's a submenu to return true. We check it here. So I'll be showing you how to do that in a moment. Just in case you don't understand, just stick to the video and you see how that is done. So first thing I'll do here is I'll be calling this with a for loop. I'll create a for loop here. Copy this. Then I'll say menu of menus track index, right? So with that in place, we can begin to, first of all, I'll change this menu here. I'll call the icon. Then here I'll say dot title. No, dot title. If I save our code and head back to the front, you see everything still works as it should. Now to create the sub menu, I'll be adding first of all, let me add the icons I'll be using for my sub menu. I'll be needing this far panorama icon. Is just for a demo purpose, and also I'll be using far files, and far voicemail icon, and just call everything at once. So far angle down, far angle up. So those are the 4 icons we'll be needing in this. So first one is I'll just come down here and say, do it this way. Do it for the next one. In this video, I'm not saying this is the best approach. This is not the best approach that's out there to handle this. Someone out there may have a better approach of writing this code. At the moment, this is how I feel is best at the moment. And this code will be uploaded to my GitHub repository, just in case you want to see the code itself. So now we're adding another object here. Say we'll call it. I'll just copy and paste this instead. I'll be needing 2 of them. And then this I'll set it to true. This I'll set it to true. Then inside I'll be calling the sub menu, which will be sub menu items, which will be an array, and this array will carry title, which will be return a string, and the icon. This icon I'll be calling a file. Now just copy and paste. Let's see. I'll just copy and paste this down here. Then for this, I'll change this to settings. And this I can change. You can call it whatever it is. This is just a for video tutorial. So call this profile and set this to false. Okay. Now if we head back to our code, you see. Let me remove this one. Don't need it for now. Head back and I'll be changing this to this will be voicemail. So, and I'll call this will be file. Save that. As you can see, our menu is appearing here, but it's not working as it should. If you click on it, doesn't really do anything, right? So the first thing I want to do here, I want to put an arrow, a drop down arrow that once you click, it points down. Once you click, it points up. So to do that in our code, we'll need to call our file icon. Okay, before I do that, let's separate the code, our code base. Now we'll need to call an if statement here to check. This will perform some check. Now this will check if menu dot submenu is false, then show this. So now this menu with sub menu will not appear here. It will just have in the first two that doesn't have sub menu. This is not supposed to be dashboard. This is supposed to be called user gog. Okay, so the third menu is no longer appearing here. So to fix that, we'll just call a second if statement. Say if. Now this if will be menu dot sub menu. That's it. Then I'll just copy this and paste it here. All right. Okay. Now if we go back to our code, you see our menu is now appearing, but it's not. There's something we're missing out here. We're supposed to have an arrow on this. So to do that drop down arrow in front of our settings here, somewhere here. So to do that, we'll come down and create after the title, I'll be creating a third span, and then this span we hold the icon. So I'll call my icon and this should be far down. Now if we check our code base, you should see it's appearing here, but I want it to be moved to this side of the page. So to do that, so we need to write a CSS. We need to write the code. Sorry, I'm a bit distracted. We need to write a class that move it to the right. So that class will be called, we'll say ml left, set it to 3. That's it. Let's see. Let's increase it. Let's say 8. I'll just leave it at that for now. Or could say left. No, right. Let's see. Okay, it didn't work. I need to call relative. So, but for now, I'll just put ml and set it to 10. Right? So, looks good. But there's something else with our code. When you click on this toggle up here, these are our write-up supposed to be hidden and then reappear when set to true. So to fix that, we'll need to head to the very top. We'll be writing a piece of code here where we have our title. This is where the title is. I'll be calling my ng class. And in my ng class, I'll say scale to 0, set duration to 300, which is not very fast, and I'll say if open is set to true. Yeah, so that's it. So I'll copy the same code that I have here and I'll paste it in our title, in my span title. Yeah, so now if we check, it has taken effect. I'll need to do the same thing for, yes. Now let me see what was the issue. Let me just write it. So ng class is equals to, sorry. It's not supposed to be there. It's supposed to be here. That's why we're getting that error. So now that I've done that, you see it works just fine. Okay, so back to our drop down menu here. So to continue, what we're going to do to that drop down, I'll need to write a function that I'll call toggle arrow. Yeah, and then this function will have a second boolean I'll call arrow. I'm setting this to false. Now I'll just simply say arrow if not arrow. So this is how to write a toggle in JavaScript. So down here, where I have my lists here, I'm going to change where I have my list here, I'm going to change this link to toggle arrow. So once I've done that, click on save. Although that's not all we need to do, then I'll move down to my where I have my icon here. I'll make a change. I'll say if arrow is true, then display. I'll say then far angle far. Let me just copy and paste instead. It's here. If angle is false, this, and otherwise do this. Click on save. Okay, so now if we click on this, you see it works just fine. It toggles. Then the next thing I'll need to do is I'll create an ng container here. This ng container, I'll set it to call our drop down menu. So to do that, I'll say ng container here, ng container with our u and our list, and in the list, in our list now, we'll begin to perform our nitty-gritty. So first things I'll do is ng for select sub of menu, our menu above, then I'll call our sub item, right? So once I've done that, I'll come here and in our list and I'll create a span. Now this span, I need to create two spans, one for the icon and the second one for the title of the. So the one for the icon, will say far icon. No, we can close this and then head back in and say, now we can say sub dot icon. Right, so now down here I'll say sub dot title. Let's head back to our code and see. It's there, but it's not appearing just how I intended for it to work. So what am I missing here? Let's see, ng container. Okay, so here to fix this stuff we're having here, I need to come down to this my unordered list, and in that unordered list I'll be calling ng class. This ng class will perform some check to see. We'll set it to hidden. I'll set it to hidden by default, and then the arrow, we'll check if the arrow is set to true. Right, so that should fix that. Let me see, it didn't work. Let's see, just a moment. Okay, am I not saving something? Okay, so let me add my class to see, not set text to white. Okay, sorry. Let me see, where is my ordered list? It's not supposed to be inside here. It's supposed to be on its own. That's where the mistake is coming from. supposed to be here. So now you need to set this to false by default. Fixed one. So you see it works, but you see it's not properly aligned. This have to do with my CSS. So the first thing I'll do here is I will go up here and I'll say I'll move it margin left to 10, set it to 10. Let's see here. So now I need to put a gap. You see our icon and the title, they are closely packed to each other. So to fix that, I think I'll just copy what I have up here. No, I'll just write it instead. So say set padding to 2, then hover padding to 2, and hover background. Remember our hover background, set it to orange 400. I want to have that rounded edge, and then call my gap, set it to, let's say, 3, and my flex. Once we've done that, you can save. Let's see how it looks. Yeah, it's looking, although the color is different. So let me move up and call it's 900. Yeah, so save. Good. So it's looking fine. Now one more thing. So you may be wondering, how will I place the link to this app? In my previous video, I showed you how to use the router navigator and put your link. But for this one, to do that, now we need to make some modification. I'll be putting a switch here of type key, of type string, and then I'll be calling my switch. I'll say switch. Oh, come on. Switch. I want it to, yeah. Then I'll say if my switch is set to dashboard, right? This is a string. Excuse me. If my string is set to dashboard, then do this. Navigate. This is a string. Navigate to dashboard. Now you have an idea of what it's supposed to look. So I'll just copy and paste, and we'll say if manager, if settings, then finally if files, navigate to file, then if voicemail, now we'll be getting error here. So what we'll do here is I'll say menu dot title, and need to call, let's save our code and see. Now put an eye on our console log here. You see our dashboard is being called, our user gog is being called, title is not a link, it's just a drop down. Then if I press on files, nothing happens. If I press on voicemail, nothing happens. So to fix that, I'll head down to our ng container. My ng container, I'll call my toggle menu. No, I'll call my toggle menu on click. So I'll say on click, and then I'll say sub.title. That's it. Let's see. There's an error. What is it saying? Expected argument. But got one. Oh, sorry. Yes, it's correct. Toggle menu. No, sorry. Supposed to be link. My bad. So now head back to my code. Now put an I here. But press on file, it works. Press on voicemail, it works. So that's it on how to create your dashboard, and it's optimized. So going forward in the future, instead of coming to our code to .html and begin to write new CSS and all that headache, you just come here and make modification to your link action and then add your menu to our menu array down here, and that's it. Boom, it works. So there's one more trick I would like to show you. Like to show you guys. Let's say you have in a robust application, it's good to begin to have your color variables not having your color. Just imagine you have many HTML files scattered all over in your application, and you intend to change the color background, or you want to make your color background and every other colors to be dynamic for the user to be able to change the color of the, let's say, set a theme for your application. You understand? So it's not good to do that now as a developer. It's to be tedious for you to begin to go through. So you get the idea of what I'm trying to say. So to do that, to fix that, we'll head over to tailwind.config.js. So once you're on tailwind.config.js, where we have your theme here, we're going to be adding a color. We'll be calling it our color variable here, right? And then you can, then you can say, yeah, now we have 3 colors we are using in our application. The first one is the default white, and then so for the first one, I'll call it theme. Let me move this over here. So I'll say theme color, which is going to be I don't know the color code for this, but let's head over here. Let's say now I want to change the color. This my dark to a dark pink, right? So you just do that for theme. Then for white, I'll just call this white, which is for our text. I'll use the color code for this way. Then our hover effect is supposed to be something a bit lighter. So just copy this 100% 60. So I'll copy this here and change this to 60%. I'll call this hover. So once you've done that, what you need to do now is that you need to stop your server. You need to restart your server for that to take effect. So I'll be starting my Angular server because we made changes to our tailwind.config file. So so where we have orange, I'll do this. Where we have orange, I'll just say theme. And where we have white, let me see, I'll leave it as white. Where we have hover, copy this we have white is white, we have hover will be hover. You can call it whatever you want anyway. And then where we have, let me see, where else do I hover? Okay. Okay. Hit on save and let's see our application. Yeah, so the white is not coming up. I think I'm not getting the color code, so I'll just come down here. You can copy whichever one you want and paste it here. Copy the white. It's still white anyway, so I expect it to work by default. Right? Remember, okay, the default is black now. Let me change the name to, oh, sorry, text white. Is the text I'm supposed to change. But the text is set to white. I'll add an X in front. While that is running in the background, I'll come here and change all my text to white. Where I have text, change that. Okay. Still not working. What am I doing wrong? Oh, sorry. This is my bad. Should work now. All right. So you see, we're able to make changes to our color. So you can do that to any color of your choice. So that's how to change. Let's say I want to change this theme color to something else. You can. So that's how to do it. So if you enjoy my video and you find this interesting, please take a moment to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you have questions, as usual, drop your questions in the comment section below and I'll be glad to answer them for you. Have a blessed day and see you in my next video. Bye.